The Trump administration has reached its first 100 days in office, a period marked by an assertive shift in United States trade policy and, honestly, a flurry of executive actions. President Donald Trump has made it clear that economic nationalism and reshaping global trade relationships are, central to his agenda. While supporters view this approach as a long-overdue correction to decades of perceived trade imbalances, critics warn of growing economic uncertainty and strained relations with allies and corporations alike. A major hallmark of these first 100 days has been the administration's aggressive use of tariffs, particularly targeting imports from China. The imposition of a 145% tariff on Chinese goods represents a dramatic escalation in United States-China trade tensions. The White House has argued that these measures are necessary to protect American workers and manufacturers from unfair trade practices. However, businesses and market analysts have raised concerns about the unpredictability of such moves and their potential to disrupt supply chains and consumer prices. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, speaking at the White House, described the administration's approach as strategic uncertainty. According to Bessent, this tactic is intended to strengthen the United States' negotiating position in trade talks. He suggested that while uncertainty may unsettle markets in the short term, it could ultimately lead to more favorable trade agreements for the United States. Nevertheless, financial markets have shown mixed responses, with some volatility reflecting investor unease. So, a recent flashpoint came when a report suggested that Amazon was considering displaying tariff costs next to product prices on its website. This actually led to a sharp rebuke from the White House, which accused the company of a politically motivated act and even claimed it was cooperating with Chinese interests. Amazon, for its part, denied these allegations, clarifying that the feature had only been tested for a low-cost shopping app and was never implemented on its main platform. This whole episode really underscores the growing tension between the federal government and large tech firms. While some observers point to modest gains in stock indices like the Dow and S&P 500, others highlight signs of slowed growth in key manufacturing sectors. Stephen Moore, a Trump advisor and economist at the Heritage Foundation, acknowledged that tariffs have contributed to short-term economic disruption. However, he argued that the long-term goal remains the establishment of fairer, more sustainable trade frameworks. One consistent theme emerging from the administration's rhetoric and actions is a hardening stance against China. The phrase, "Buy American, snub China," has come to symbolize this approach, though its effectiveness in uniting international partners remains uncertain. Some critics suggest that the administration's trade policies risk alienating allies rather than building a united front. As the Trump administration enters its next phase, the economic impact of its trade policies and the global response will continue to shape the United States and world economies. The balance between protecting domestic industries and maintaining global cooperation remains a central challenge. That's it from us here at Pulse News. As the Trump administration clocks 100 days, the questions only grow louder about trade, tariffs, and where America's economic future is headed. We'll be keeping a close eye on every development, every deal, and every decision. For now, thank you for watching. Stay informed, stay balanced, and as always, stay with Pulse.